It's the drought over in LA. And what are those things that make you go, Welcome to Dodger Fan Weekly.
I'm Adele.
And I'm Adele. And we love the Dodgers. And there is still a drought in LA.
There is.
It has come over into the Dodgers, darn it.
We are not scoring any runs.
We are not.
It's not like we're not hitting because guys are on base. We're just leaving them there.
Yes, we have a huge LOB number. In fact, during the Giants series, 3 games, 29 men left on base. That's a lot.
And slumps happen.
They do, but what is making us not be able to get people in? Situational hitting is not happening.
No, I know. People are still kind of, a few batters are still kind of swinging for the fences when they come up, when we've got guys on base and we need to score runs.
Right.
We lost Ryu, everybody knows.
Oh, right. So now...
Ryu, gone. Broken left wing.
Oh, boy.
Out.
So now we're down 2 starters.
Right.
Poor Don Mattingly is getting the brunt of all that is wrong with the Dodgers.
But that happens all the time, right? Because managers love to be part of the game. And they like to second-guess managers, and they think
right, but he's getting blamed for our drought, no matter if we has all right-handers in the lineup, if he has righty-lefties in the lineup, we're still not hitting.
I know, so it's a hitting situation.
It's a hitting situation. Right. So perhaps we shouldn't just be looking at Don Mattingly. Perhaps we should be looking at, McGuire maybe?
I don't know. Things that make you go,
It's time for Who's Hot
and Who's Hottie.
My hot this week? Our star man, Zach Greinke. Okay. I mean, he's become our ace pitcher.
He has.
He went up into the 8th inning on one of his games. In fact, in that game, he pitched so well, he came out, Hatcher came in through 1 pitch and got the win. But oh well, he's still my hot.
Well, my hot this week is Kenley Jansen. Welcome back. Since he's been back, he's throwing heat. He looks like the Jansen of old, maybe better than the Jansen of old, and we're glad to have him. Kenley Jansen.
Yes. Well, my hottie this week happens to be Kenley Jansen. Whatever he did when he was on the DL, he looks great. He's a hottie.
Well, my hottie this week is also in the bullpen, and it's Paco Rodriguez. An old classic, but still a little hottie.
Wow, we kept it in
all the pitchers.
Wow, that makes you go,
What's the talk on the tweet?
Well, we know it's the storm of Donnie.
Yes,
this and Donnie. They hate him this week.
They do. Now,
they don't really hate him. They're just fanaging.
That's right. And a fanager that's one of our followers tweeted us and gave us a challenge.
Yes, he did. And so we decided to take on the challenge.
Right. Now, we were in the middle of playing a 3-game series with the Giants.
That we were swept in.
That's correct. And so, Stock Matisow tweeted to us, and we're not stat gals, but he said, since Donnie has been manager, look up the team's record in 1-run games, then look up Bochy's same record.
So, that's what we did.
Yeah.
We went on
baseballalmanac.com.
Yeah, it had all the information you ever need for anything. Now, Don Mattingly's been managing since 2011, so we took the number of 1-run games from 2011 to now, to date, a third into this season.
Right, and we did the same period of time for Bruce Bochy, 2011 to now, as he's managing the Giants.
For 1-run games played.
For 1-run games.
Right. So, now keep in mind, Bochy's been a manager for 20 years.
Right.
But this is what we came up with. Are you ready? The Dodgers,
under Don Mattingly,
have played a total of 203 1-run games. 107 won, 96 lost. Winning percentage?
53%.
For Bochy, from 2011 to now, the total 1-run games played, 215. 119, lost 96. Winning percentage?
55%.
53% for Don, 55 for Bochy.
Right.
That's a 2% difference.
So, the average number of 1-run games played in a season, give or take 1 or 2, is 50.
The difference between Don Mattingly and Bruce Bochy in 1-run games is 2%.
And 2% is 1 game.
1 game difference between Bochy and Mattingly in this stat.
Right, 1-run games.
Does it make a difference?
How significant is it?
Well, 1 game can make a huge difference in a season.
It sure can. And if it was 5 or 6 games, it might
then we would say Bochy really rules in the one-run game kind of thing. But they're pretty even on this
this
stat.
particular stat.
And we're not taking away the fact that Bruce Bochy is probably one of the best managers ever.
Of course, Hall of Fame manager.
World Series. Every time he makes a move, it kind of works. And Mattingly could probably,
Learn
take
a
some
couple
lessons.
things. Yeah. Here's something that could make you go, if you could trade Bochy for Mattingly.
Yes.
Real quick, Bruce Bochy is managing the All-Star team, and he selected Don Mattingly as one of his managers.
Well, that makes you go, right? That does make you go,
The official daily fantasy partner of the LA Dodgers.
Well, that's weird. What is that?
DraftKings.
It is. It seems as though it's a gambling site, but it's not.
No.
They don't call it that.
because
There's
it's
prize.
a daily fantasy partner of the LA Dodgers.
Fantasy partner.
Right.
Okay. I've had a few fantasy partners. Andre Ethier,
Zach Greinke, Eric Karros.
Yeah, but that's for another show.
It seems like, I know it's not necessarily gambling because it's a game, but some state regulators are still debating whether daily fantasy sports may be a form of online gambling.
They are confused about that.
Yes.
I think the problem, the confusion I'm having is that, there's been gambling in Vegas, but it's not attached to
Major League Baseball.
Major League anything. And so now Major League Baseball is sponsoring
This DraftKings.
promoting this DraftKings thing?
They're sponsoring, yes. They're connected, and don't you think there's a little bit of maybe a conflict of interest that the commissioner might want to be thinking about? Because gambling and baseball, historically, all the way back to the Black Sox.
Right, but can the commissioner really keep Pete Rose out now if they're promoting gambling just because they don't call it gambling?
Something to think about.
It is. That's really something that makes you go,
We want to be the official weekly fantasy partners of the LA Dodgers.
I say daily. Don't forget to tweet. See you next week.